believe motherfuckers on the list. You know what I'm saying? I believe that it was some names on the Jeffrey Epstein list. I don't know if it was definitely, I don't know if it just came out as a list. I think a lot of people think of the Jeffrey Epstein shit like, okay, it was a list, they found. No. What I think is that they got into all his computers, and I don't know if niggas was writing shit down, but they got all the records. And from the records, maybe videotapes, who knows, whatever, all the evidence, they got some people who they know was involved in some shady stuff. And there's probably a bunch of people on there who they highly suspect of being involved in some shady stuff. And then there's probably a lower rung is like, I don't know if he did nothing, but he is quite shady, right? Now, I personally believe that men who like underage girls are rare and far in between. But just like with the Puff shit, how they said, oh, it was underage girls, and it wasn't no underage girls, right? Whole trial went through no underage girls. We got to be careful to just throw the underage part on everybody, because they might have had some 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds. You see what I'm saying? A lot of talk about Donald Trump being involved, but Donald Trump don't strike me as the kind of, I don't know, but he don't strike me as, you know, the kind of person that is really out here looking for like an underage girl. Like, I just don't see that in Donald Trump. I don't think that's the case, right? People who kind of like, man, those people ain't under the rugs, man. They've been doing it. You ain't at a certain age, and we don't know. You know what I'm saying? You ain't in your 50s or 60s or 40s or maybe even late 30s, and we don't know that you that kind of person. You'd have been got caught doing something. You'd have been suspected. So I think that a lot of people like to just throw stuff on Trump. And since he had the relationship with Jeff, now he could have been flying over there and having wild orgy parties with 21, 22, 23-year-olds. But, like, would he want us to know that as the president? Probably not. Like, I mean, I don't know how many people will lose their mind over that or go crazy. But, hey, man, you know, to each his own, I guess, but, you know, what's the crime and what's the law is what's the crime and what's the law, right? Let's see. And this is ABC here. Let's see what they saying about this.
About the Jeffrey Epstein files and the conspiracy theories officially being rejected. Overnight, the FBI and Justice Department releasing 11 hours of footage they say helps confirm notorious financier Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide in his Manhattan jail cell in 2019, awaiting his sex trafficking trial. According to a memo detailing the findings, investigators found the video showed no one entering the area in the overnight hours before Epstein was found unresponsive. But perhaps the biggest bombshell, investigators say they found no incriminating client list of Epstein's, no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals, and no evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. For years, Epstein had...
Do we believe that? I mean, it could be possible. But let us see what y'all planned on taking him to trial with. Let us see the transcripts from when he first got arrested. Did he say, hey, if y'all take me down, I'm taking everybody down? And I ain't want to go ahead, but you know what? Some people out here saying he was like a part of a spy agency. And what spy agency might that be, boo? I spy. I want to say it like that because y'all know the country it kind of start with an I, whatever, but they say he might have been locked up with a particular country. That country name, they saying, not the me's, the theys, that he might have been locked up with a country who may or may not be at war right now, that start with an I, who got a notorious spy agency. Yeah, I spy. They say he was an I spy, if you understand what I'm talking about.
You tell me, good. Peanut butter jelly, good. Peanut butter jelly. There she go, the lady of my dreams.
Yeah, they said he was an eye spy.
Has been at the center of conspiracies surrounding both his death and a rumored client list allegedly used to blackmail powerful men. Attorney General Pam Bondi, back in February, was asked if the Justice Department intended to release a list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Bondi saying this.
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
Now you see, sometimes they be like, yo, this shit just happened right before our eyes. Because ain't she supposed to be somebody important? Pam Bondi, Attorney General. Just in case they try to run one on us, let's just see if alternatively, right here on Google, hey Google, who is Pam Bondi? Let's see. Okay, Wham Bam Pam. Pam was trying to get crazy when she was younger. I guess she is who they say she is. But then right here, she's saying, so we should believe her. Normally, we should be led to believe her, right?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that.
So have you seen anything that you said, oh my gosh?
Not yet.
And just last month, while feuding with President Trump.
Well, let us see that. She said not yet. But she did say it's sitting on her desk waiting to be reviewed. So not yet could mean she ain't looked into it. Because she did say it's sitting there waiting to be reviewed. Who lying and who telling the truth? Can we see? Because I want to know myself.
Elon Musk posting, time to drop the really big bomb. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald J. Trump. But Musk later deleted that post and others, saying he went too far in attacking Trump. The president saying he cut ties with Epstein nearly 2 decades ago, saying even Epstein's lawyer cleared him.
If y'all don't know, Elon could be a troll. He might be wrecking. Elon one of them type dudes. Elon will throw anything out there. Yeah, I seen Jeff Bezos with his socks off. He only got 4 toes on 1 foot. Elon will fucking say that shit. He don't got a problem.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
He don't got no issue. He don't got no issue dropping some shit like that.
You niggas are crazy.
So do we fully believe everything Elon say? I'm not sure. Now, a client list, that could be, I didn't think they just had a list, but if you want to operate like this is a real business, like got a client list, paying taxes on this shit, it's receipts lying around. Some of them old dudes went in there because they probably was selling the gas station pills, and you know how they got they probably had the high level. So let's just say high level gas station to help you with erectile dysfunction syndrome, whatever. To help, I'm talking about the top of the line. Probably got scientists and people on deck in there making it like as you pull up, right? So cop that, and you be like, yo, let me get 14 hours. Let me get 14 hours worth of some, let me get 14 hours. You know what I'm saying? Trump could have been like, oh, not, I don't want the underage ones. What you got between like 21, 25, right? Say Trump say this. Do I think Trump did it? Probably not. I don't know. Who knows? I want them 2, and I want 14 hours of play. How much that? Bang. Epstein, Giselle probably sitting there with the phone with the thing inside the phone, like you could scrape your car like the dudes be having in Manhattan when you out there trying to sell you a book or some music or some wild shit like that, right? And then you like, yo, like I'm supposed to take my card and just swipe that shit in your phone. And Epstein like, hey, you want that 14 hours or not, gang? And he like, all right, bang. And now they got the receipts. They got a client list. Cool. I would like to know the names on that client list. They somebody, right? They somebody because, like, I don't think he was just dealing with average, like, Joe Blows, like, dudes from the hood ain't really got no money, niggas that drive buses, like, some more, like, the manager at Amazon at the factory, not the CEO, and no, not up there, not corporate, no management, I'm talking about, like, factory, like, the motherfucker that drive forklifts at Dick's Sporting Goods factory, some shit like that. I don't think he was dealing with those type people, so who is these people? Who's who? Somebody on a NFL team, or NBA team, or MLB team. Like, who is the people that actually was on the list? And what's this connection to being an OSPA? And does that have anything to do with him being unalived, or the information not coming out? I feel like it's things that it is things out here that we gotta know, gang. I feel like that's what's this right here, man. Pam Bond said what the government faces backlash over. Okay. Oh wait, they was on her. Let's see, gang. Hold on, man. Let's see what they was on.
Some are now calling for Bondi to resign over her handling of the files. For months, she promised the release of documents on Epstein, including a supposed client list she once implied was sitting on her desk. But the recent DOJ memo undercut those statements, fueling outrage. During Tuesday's cabinet meeting, Bondi fielding more questions about the memo, including being asked whether or not Epstein was an intelligence asset.
To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that.
While Epstein conspiracies have run rampant for a while and his connection to the most powerful men and women are well known, his link to being an agent has been brought up before. In 2008, then U.S. Attorney Alexander Acosta gave Epstein a sweetheart deal for a worldwide sex trafficking scandal. In 2019, while serving...
Now you see what I'm saying? He got money. But how much money do you need to get a sweetheart deal on a worldwide traveling circus sex scandal? Like, it's some stuff that's like, yo, how'd you pull this deal off? Especially, you the top dog, you ain't got nobody to snitch on. Like, who would he have had to snitch on to get that deal, right? Huh? Nigga gotta take down motherfuckers that ain't even alive no more in different times. He gotta look the feds, CIA, whoever and be like, hey, I get you Gaddafi, I get you Al Capone, I get you John Gotti, and I get you Hannibal. Hannibal? Yeah, the motherfucker on elephants out there and coming over to, the Alps about to go into Italy. He, like, who the fuck would yo, there is no way he ain't had nobody to snitch on, so yeah, how the fuck did that happen? Y'all know Boot ain't a wild conspiracy head Ted, motherfucker, but at the end of the day,
in the Trump administration, Acosta was asked about Epstein being an intelligence asset after the DOJ released a report on that investigation.
I would hesitate to take this reporting as fact.
Rumors and intrigue also continue to swirl due to conflicting
that.
CCTV information. In 2020, U.S. prosecutors said jail footage was destroyed by accident. But on Monday, the DOJ and FBI released a 10-hour video recorded outside Epstein's cell door to prove his death was a suicide, but timestamps skipped from 11:58 to midnight.
The evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide.
In response to the memo, several MAGA loyalists, including Laura Loomer, now calling for Bondi to resign.
All right. We in the AI age, everything, like, all that shit can be doctored. What makes shit seem extremely fishy, right, is playing around with the information. Hey, you want to know? Here, take this, right? I want to tell y'all, from spending time in prison, that it's very hard to unalive yourself in that capacity. They so used to people trying to, like, do that to themselves that, I mean, it was times when dudes had to set themselves on fire. You gotta try to you gotta do other stuff, bro. It's hard. Especially if you want to watch, they taking all the stuff you could really do it successful with. They got not just COs spinning around, but inmates watching you. That's a job in prison. Dudes that watch people that's on that saying they want to unalive themselves. So even to me, that sounded wild. But hey, what do I know? But then it don't be just, hey, what do I know? It be like, who was that? The coroner that said the dude, and I think that dude was like famous. So like a famous coroner is like, hey man, no, he not just saying that he a famous coroner. They asking him, he actually got the body, right? And he said, like, nah, this looked like something happened with somebody kind of strangled somebody up and down, Doodle Brown, like that. I'm like, okay. Yeah, it don't, no. As far as the doctor saying that, it don't matter about the fame, right? But the reason that that coroner is famous is because, like, wasn't he, like, on a show or some shit? Like, wasn't he, like, on a show, like, the coroner who had got Jeffrey Epstein body? He said that had, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, ain't this somebody we trust? And there's been a lot of hoopla. I don't know what really happened. But we humans, man. And besides, we reacting. I know what I feel like happened. While people getting caught in lies they ain't got to get caught in. And from what I learned, whenever people start pointing fingers and saying, no, you on a list, 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 you on something, somebody did, and then like, yo, I'm not saying that getting money and power make you a freaky dude. But if you got that in you, then the more money and power you got, the freaker and deeper it's gonna get. And then, yeah, they telling homegirl she need to resign. I understand why, because we just heard what she said.